no health without mental health.
Time to reach out and speak up.
Why wait? Check us out today.
A healthy mind is an asset. Say yes to positivity and say yes to freedom.
Loneliness is a state of mind.
It's your bed. You don't need to fight it.
Hello, good morning, everyone. We're back again for our webinar with a very interesting topic this time around with Dr. Sangeeta Kaur, of course, and I'm your host, Parminda Kaur. You can just call me Min, by the way. And on a note, happy International Women's Day, everyone. All the women out there, you're superhero, whatever hero you name it. Yes, we are. We deserve to claim that title, anyways. Okay, so without further ado, let's just address our speaker for today, Dr. Sangeeta Kaur. Definitely not a stranger, I would say, in the mental health field. She has been in the mental health industry for years, but instead of me doing the very detailed introduction, why not let Dr. Sangeeta speak for herself? So, Doctor, over to you.
Hello, good morning. So today's topic about how to talk to your kids. So a little bit about myself. I am an industry professor in terms of mental well-being and psychosocial well-being. And in the space of mental health for many, many years. Okay, it's more industry-based and, at workplace, creating programs, give talks, do a lot of CSR, and I'm also the co-founder of Yayasan Health on Work. So welcome everyone. I'm so excited to share about how to talk to children. Thanks, Min. Thanks. Good morning. Good morning, Ridwan. Good morning, Wong. Yes.
All right. Okay, so today we'll be talking about how to talk to your kids. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's not as easy as ABC to your kids, all right? Because it's not always about like the child's play and stuff like that, because you're dealing with curious mind of toddlers or even navigating the turbulent water of teenagers, all right? So communication with the little ones especially are not easy. It can be something more of a decoding thing at times, right? Okay, so those parents definitely can relate, and if you have tips, please share with me as well. All right, so Doctor, we'll just start with a question in terms of how can parents initiate conversations with their children in a comfortable and supportive environment?
Okay, so before I go to your question, Min, I just would like to address this that we are all into a spectrum where we talk about developmental stages in life. Okay, from the time we are born right up to the end of our life, we have different stages, different level, and we communicate, we absorb information. There's a different meaning to different developmental stages. Okay, so I like to address to everyone that we don't immediately become an adult. We go through processes. Okay, and the first developmental stage is when from the time of the birth right up to 18 months, which is like around 1.5 years old. This is trust and mistrust. Okay, so this is where the baby will look into who can I trust. The things that will be running around is can they trust people around them? Can they trust the environment? Can they trust the world? Okay, and the most important event when we talk about trust for a baby is feeding time. When I'm hungry, when I'm crying, do I get food? When I'm hungry or when I'm crying, when I have discomfort, do someone come and address to my needs? So these are important. Why I would like to share with developmental stages so that we know when we talk to the children, there will be different types, different ways to address the kids. Yeah. The second would be autonomy versus shame. This is between 1 1.5, 18 months, right up to 3 years old. Okay, this is where, kids always say, no, everything is no. Okay, they call it the terrible 2 and terrible 3. Actually, it's not terrible lah. It's just that they are, they are finding ways whether is certain things I can do myself or do I need someone to do it for me. Okay, so it's more about I will do this, I will do this, and it's, for example, right, like toilet training. Okay, first we need to learn how to toilet train, then I can do it myself. So this is where if I cannot do it and I need extra time, do I get shame or do I get encouragement with the right way of give me time to practice so that I'll do better. All right. And then the third one is initiative versus guilt. This is from 3 to 5 years old. Okay, this is where they find that is this good or is this bad? All right. So most of the time, right, parents will start to say, don't do this, don't do that. Okay. And this is the time where kids love to explore. They are so curious. Okay. And what they do is play. They do this, they fail, they get to do this, then they achieve. So these are all the area where when I do something wrong, do I get blamed? Okay, yes. So again, why I'm sharing this is because different age group, we need to address differently. Okay. And then we have industry versus inferiority, which is from 6 to 11 years old. This is where you go to school. You expand your boundaries. Okay, you expand your boundaries, and then we talk about competence. It's about developing and mastering new skills. Okay, it's also to develop your self-confidence. Okay, and from 6 to 11, how can I be good at something? It's why when a child is in school, and in case they cannot catch up on certain topics, certain subjects, for example, like math or history or language, we as a parent, we need to assist. Yeah, because if we don't, then they have issues. And this is where if a child is not following the developmental stages, meaning by 6 years old, they should know basic alphabets and numbers. They should at least know basic spelling. Okay, simple spelling. They should form a simple sentences before they go to primary school. Because if they are unable to develop this, to understand this, to have this kind of skill and competency, when they go to school, the teachers have to go back to teaching them the basic.
The basics, yes, correct.
Yes, and when the teacher have to teach them the basic, how to read simple words, how to spell simple words, how to recognize alphabet numbers. This is where sometimes the competition between those who are prepared and those who are not prepared. So as a parent, you need to make sure at least we are not talking about, difficult words, do a sentence, difficult sentence. It's not that. It's just basic so that when they go to school, teachers are able to communicate and they don't feel left out. Right?
And this is from the age of 6 to 11, parents, please remember.
Yes, 6 to 11. So parents don't wash hands and say, oh, now they are in school, teacher have to monitor, teacher have to train them. No. It all starts from the day your child is born. Okay, whether can they trust you with information? Can the child trust you with their emotion? Children don't say, oh, I'm emotionally not well. They're not afraid. But body language. Like for a baby, there will be certain sound that they will do when they're hungry. So right? So as a parent, we need to be observant. And I always tell parents, don't do lazy parenting. Don't pass everything to the gadget. Don't pass 100% to your in-laws or to your parents to take care of your kids. And definitely not 100% to give to the teachers to take care of your kids. If you want to have kids, you better know how to be engaged with the children. And then we have identity and role confusion. Okay, this is where a child already go into puberty. For the boys and for girls are different. And now they search of their identity. Who am I? Because earlier it's about the family, and then it's about extended relative, okay, extended family, and then it's about in school. Now it's about identifying who am I. So if you have a good environment, okay, your family values, the moral values, your identity, family identity, cultural identity, society identity are positive, and then it's easier for you to develop your own identity. All right? And this is where they build social relationship. Okay? And remember, everything that you do, it must be above 18, right? So the cutoff is once you have developed your identity, you are 18 years old, then you know who you are. So at this role, parents need to guide and slowly learn to let go. This is where after this, the emptiness. Okay, I'm just sharing basic developmental stages so that you understand later when I explain a little bit more, right? And then from 18 to 40 years old, this is where we call intimacy versus isolation. This is where people want to feel love, right? They build a romantic relationship. Sometimes it doesn't need to be romantic relationship. You will have someone who is like close friends, okay? You develop, you can share your problems, you can share a lot of things. So 18 to 40 years old. Okay, and then when we talk about 40 and above, it's about contribution. Okay, what can you do in order to help others? What can you do in terms of assisting? What can you do in your society? So that is the different part in terms of developmental stages. Then we don't go beyond that. Beyond that, then it's too many other things because we are talking about kids, right? Yeah. So how do we talk to kids, right? It depends on what age. But I would like to address this to parents that what is your understanding when we talk about when children ask a lot of questions and you cannot take it, when you say, you will tell that, keep quiet, don't ask me anymore. You are irritating. So the words that you use to children, it will be embedded in their mind. They might not remember, but it will be in their subconscious mind. Okay? So for example, when you talk someone to children who are from 1 year old or 2, 3, right up to a certain age, for example, 6 years old, make sure you have eye contact, you go down to their level. Okay? So when you go down to their level, you have the eye contact, you're able to see their non-verbal cues, communicate in the way where they understand, make them understand. Okay? Because parents, you need to understand, if your child is 2 years old, right, they are in the autonomy and shame developmental stage. Okay? And if you are 40, you are in the intimacy versus isolation. So you have a lot of experience. And you cannot bring your failures, your fear, your guilt, your anger when you talk to a 2-year-old, where these are the age where they are building their confidence. Whether can I do it? Can I not do it? Do I need support? And having constant conversation is very important. Yeah. And just to share, during those who are my age and above, it's a different environment. Parents just give us one look, we are afraid. Parents just say, no, we are afraid. We don't want that. Okay, because we don't have digital. We don't have information at our fingertips. We always think our parents know everything. They are the smartest. That is why we keep on asking questions. Sorry?
because of the age gap that you have within your parents, so you assume yes, they have the knowledge and stuff which you don't have.
Yes, because at beginning, remember the first level from birth to 18 years old, the trust. We trust our parents to provide us everything.
Yes.
So I mean, we trust them. And this digital age, I see 6-month-old have a iPad in front of them. So their trust is not the parents. Their trust is the digital platform.
Correct.
Right? It's changing. Okay, so how do you talk to your kids at different level is very important. So this is what I want to address, that the generation changes, the environmental changes plays a very important role in terms of how do you communicate with your kids.
All right.
Yeah.
Doctor, since you have actually mentioned about parenting as well, right? Let me just quickly dive into a question in terms of parenting skills. Like you've mentioned that the previous generation, for example, like your generation, when you were little, the skills that were used to brought the kids up were different as compared to now, especially with the eruption of technology, which has made things look simple but much difficult for the future. So, what's your take on that in terms of parents that are giving digital stuff or even gadgets to their children? What's your take on that?
Okay, for me, the first 6 years, if you are able to remove gadget, that would be very good, right? Why first 6 years? The first 6 years is for kids to develop motor skill. Okay, fine motor skill. What does fine motor skill mean? How do you button? How do you tie shoelace? How do you follow the line? Okay, how do you touch different texture? Do you touch the tree? Do you touch the leaf? Do you touch the sand? Because now I see parents, everything also wet wipes.
Right.
Right? Everything wet wipes. Cannot touch this because dirty. Cannot touch that dirty. And kids need some dirt to build their immune system. If not, they get sick easily. Okay? So, the first 6 years is very important. And the first 6 years also, we cannot body shame the child. Cannot say things that is like negative. The more you put no, the more the kids will develop fear and they feel that they cannot do it.
Okay.
Right? Our kids need to learn about life skill. What is life skill? Okay, when they are 2 years old, you can teach them how to wipe their own plates. After you wash the plate, you pass to them, they wipe their own plates.
Yes.
Or you teach them how to fold their clothes. Simple, basic things. And then when they grow older, you teach them how to wash the plates, wash the clothes, do some basic things. Basic needs are important. Don't tell me when you're hungry, you take the gadget and you eat.
Definitely not.
You still have to cook, right? You still
Or the best thing you do is you order in.
Sorry?
The best thing you do, you can also order a Grab or something.
Yes, when you order, you still need to wash or you still need to throw.
Yes.
Right? When you eat, you're supposed to throw things. If you use utensil, you need to wash.
Right.
The gadget will not walk and take your rubbish and throw. Your gadget will not take and wash your plates.
Correct.
So these basic skills are very important. And if your child, when you teach them and they don't get it right, it's okay. There's no such thing, I do it once and I'm perfect. You are talking at the level where you are already have those skills. Don't compare yourself with your child. Okay, because sometimes we say that, during my era, okay, what I got to know when people say during my era is just to share with the younger generation, during that era, we have to do this. Why? We need some history.
Yes.
Without history, we cannot know the present and we don't know what will happen in the future, which we might not know everything, but at least we know last time we have no phone. We use the dialer. So by understanding a little bit, when parents share about during my era, there's a phone line. Okay, there's a typewriter, there's a pager, and the phone is this big. So when we share, we develop curiosity. When we share, we teach them things are not easy that time. Okay? And yeah, so by sharing, this is where the knowledge being transferred down. This is where the trust comes in, the identity comes in, the sharing comes in. And this is how you communicate. Okay? And some of us, we have 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids. And with the current condition, economic condition, sometimes we find it very difficult to spend time with everybody. And if we go out, we take the whole gang and it will be too noisy,
Yes.
right? So spend few hours, maybe once a week, or once a week, like if you have more kids, right? With one child. Just a few hours, just 1 hour, take this child out, child number 1, talk to them, understand them. No matter how busy, we cannot say, I don't have time. Everybody got the same time, 24 hours. Everybody, okay, we're talking about Malaysia. We wake up, we sleep, it's the same. Sunrise, sunset is the same. So don't say, I don't have time. You need to manage your time.
Need to have time, parents. You've decided to have kids anyways.
If you can get help, a few hours, pass it to your friends who you can trust or your relatives that you can trust. But other than that, the whole parenting and how do parents communicate to the child, it's very important. They need to do it.
Okay. All right, we definitely got that. Okay, Doctor, coming to the point where we're talking about immune systems in kids, especially, those that are very younger generation, right? What do we say about kids? What do we say about the category or the labeling of strawberry generation or stuff like that? So, like the kids nowadays are often referred as, oh, you guys are from strawberry generation. You guys don't seem to understand what we have went through. So you need things at a very easy pace. So why is that label? Why does it exist?
Okay, one part I need to blame the parents. Okay. Because parents who are my age, the 40s or the late 30s, right? They tend to be like a helicopter parent.
Mm-hmm.
Find it difficult to let go. They want to put a say in everything. I'm not talking about everyone, yeah? Okay? But if we look at the trend, okay, it's like the parent need to make the decision, the parents need to know every single thing, the parents don't trust the kids when they go out. Okay, so there's many ways, many factors to it. So when and parent always think that their child is, wow, how do I say it? Apa ni? Like a gem lah. You have to they are the right, the kids are everything. Okay. So we need to understand that if you put a lot of attention, which also comes with a lot of pressure to the kids, they tend to not believing that they can do the things. Okay. I'm not only talking about physical, I'm talking about emotional. All right. They feel that they have all the rights to say anything. And due to both parents' work, we have now the kakak, the maid, the helper to look after and do the parenting for them. Okay, so when a helper does take care of your child and and act as a parent, their parenting skill will reflect to the child. Okay, and then not only that, there will also be a transference. Okay, so this is why it's very important. Let me just share some scenario, right? Like in Singapore, the maids, the helper are the one who spend all the time with the kids. Okay, so anything that the child go through, the parents will not know. The helper will know. Okay, from teaching, from puberty. Okay, for girls, like how to wear pad, understanding how to do it. For the boys, how their voice changes. Everything is done by the helper. So the connection with the helper is stronger than the parents. When that happens, parents cannot take it because it's my child's supposed to love me. But if you don't spend time with your child, remember, the first 6 years is very important. When you don't spend time with your child, no matter how many kids you have, the child later on will display that I don't have time with. So communicating with your child every time is important. Put away your gadget.
Okay.
You don't need your phone 24/7. Go toilet also take your phone. Makan also see your phone. Okay, family dinner also you eat your phone. You take your family go out for makan also you take your phone. You don't talk
Your
to
phone.
So what communication are you talking? So
After all,
the
kids are learning anyways.
and the child again, come back to your question, Min. Why strawberry? Because my generation parents spoil the kids. Okay? By showing them, giving them everything until make the child feel that you should listen to me. I should get this, I should get that.
Yep.
So
All right. So for parents that have tuned into our webinar today, please take a note. It's good for you to give things to your children, but please don't make the pathway too easy. Correct me if I'm wrong, doctor. So if let's say they want something, please, yes, feel free to give it to them, but always restrict. For an example,
always what?
if you
Sorry?
need a gadget, yes, you need to have your gadget time, and there are times that you don't need your gadget and put.
Yeah.
There are times that you need your gadget and there are times that you don't need your gadget, so you can put away your stuff. And this also applies to parents. No matter how busy you are, your boss might be calling you. You yourself might be an entrepreneur, a very successful business person. Again, coming back, your children need your time, need your attention.
Yes. And I'm, as I mentioned, right? Kids don't need quantity. Kids need quality. Yes. Right? It doesn't matter. It's not like, I take you out every time. I buy for you stuff. Yes, I take you out every time, but then you are not communicating. You are just using your phone. So what's the point of quantity? I go out with you every day, but then I don't have the quality time with you.
Yes.
Okay? I want to share this where me and my husband was having breakfast, and then there's another table where husband, wife, and a 3-year-old. All right. So the mother was like wiping the table with the wet wipes and wiping the chair and all these things. And once she have wiped everything, she give the phone to the child, a 3-year-old.
A 3-year-old, okay.
3-year-old, yeah. So the 3-year-old was looking while the husband go and what you call that? Order food. Okay, while the mother is there. Once the food all arrived at the table, okay, there's a plate in front of the child, but the child didn't touch the food at all because it's so engrossed with the phone.
Okay.
So, husband and wife is talking, and guess what their conversation? Just give it a guess.
I don't know, maybe some workplace conflict or something.
Yes, it's a work scenario where the husband tell the wife, it's so difficult to communicate with these youngsters right now. I ask them to do this thing, they are doing something thing. And he goes on, and the wife also was, they are both of them having conversation about youngsters' communication at workplace. So he's the manager, and you know he has to take care of few stuff. And what are you doing with your child? You're not even having a conversation with your child. How will your child, when go up, have a proper conversation with the working colleague or even with you? You know, and the child don't even know what they are eating because gadget, the mom is feeding the food to the child. You can complain about other people, but right in front of your eyes, you cannot see. You know, and this is what the peribahasa, right, in Malay. Gajah depan mata tak nampak, nyamuk seberang nampak.
It
Happens everywhere.
everywhere. Even if you were to go like for grocery shopping, those parents that are bringing their kids for grocery shopping on a stroller, the kids are unaware of their surrounding. They're not familiar with the place as well because they're too much into their gadgets. Yes, correct. That's the current trend. That's the trend that we welcome open hands and open-heartedly, I would say.
And parents will have difficulty because there are parents who, you know, just text the kids, say dinner's ready. Or come down. It's all through texting.
Yes.
I would prefer my parents' time, you know, just shout, come. You know, the food is here, where are you? Come in. Why? Because communicating, it's where you are using your senses. You know, you hear. God give you senses to see, to look at where is your kids, and your kids will be looking at you. To hear your voice, each other's voice, right? You speak, right? You get the feel. When the child come and touch you, how you feel. When you touch your child in the proper way, I'm not talking in the not right way. Okay, a child, right? A kid, when you hug them, they need that security, they need that comfort. If you provide that to them, then they know that they are being taken care of. Let them go when they need. It's like kite, you know? You let go, you pull. You let go, you pull. So these are kids. You know, you cannot be holding and hopping on them every time and expect things goes your way. Because nowadays children, they don't trust you. They trust the gadget more.
That's a gadget, yes.
Every single day, they don't even trust the teacher at times because the phone gives them all the required information. So you have to play your role differently. Yeah.
Doctor, I have another question for parents that have, for an example, like a social media account for their kids, saying that, oh, I would give this account to my kids once they have reached puberty or once they're 16 and stuff like that, and posting everything about the kids. My kid at this today. This is how I send my kid to the school. So what's your personal advice, or, you know, based on your experience for those parents?
Okay. That one.
A tough
No, I have it in my mind. I just want to know how should I put words in a
Okay.
diplomatic way, but sometimes it's so difficult to sugarcoat, right? I'm the type who just say it. Okay. So you are actually selling your kids online. You are saying that, oh, it's not safe. There's predator. It's not safe because there's a lot of foreigner. It's not safe because there's a lot of thief. We cannot trust the environment outside.
Yes.
But you're actually selling your children digitally.
Yep.
Okay? Everything that you post online, there's a digital trail. Digital trail meaning even though you deleted the photo, even though you deleted the text, even though you deleted your location, it just got deleted where you cannot see. But there will be a digital trail. Just like your DNA, right? Your DNA come down from your ancestors, you are putting your digital trail. And experts, okay, all the cybersecurity, the hackers, experts have ways how to trail that information. Okay, so it's not about being the first, it's not about putting all the information in case we forget, we can retract no such thing. You are selling your kids, you are selling your information. If you want to sell, be smart, get money.
Correct.
If you don't want the money, don't sell your data, don't sell your information. Okay, some of them, right, post their kids' achievement or they put and then they darken it. Do you know there's system where you can just remove and they can see your IC?
Yeah.
They can see which school you go to. They can see your full name.
That sounds scary, scarier than ever.
Yes, because we are not equipped with this information. We don't know. We only know what we know.
Mhm.
Okay? When we know only what we know, we think we know everything. You know, people say, oh, I dah delete dah. Yes, you delete, tapi digital trail masih ada.
You can't delete the digital trail.
You can delete, but you need to hire an expert. You need to pay thousands over dollar to delete those trails. Okay. And another thing, yeah, when you create a social media account for your kids, and then you put all their details, their information, and all that, and you say that when they are 13, 14, I'm going to give them this account. What you are doing is all the opposite of what I mentioned just now when we talk about developmental stages. You know, when you are 1 year old, it's all about building trust. And when I'm 1 year old, okay, and now I'm 13, and when I see my social media, you put my 1 year old in Pampers, my 1 year old doing stupid stuff, you know, for you it's cute, for the parent it's cute, but for the child, it might not be cute. Okay, because we are so into external validation. External validation meaning, oh, I need to have beautiful skin, I need to be in a certain shape, I need to be smarter than others. All these are external, right?
Yes.
So you don't know where is your child mental and emotional state. And then when 13, 14 years old, you show them what they do when they are, and you post it online. Oh, trust me, it is very, 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 very bad. Okay.
But let's leave the damage aside first because I'm pretty sure that the parents are quite scared of for now.
No, it's not to scare the parents, it's just to show the reality.
Correct.
You know, and they say that, oh, I want my kids to learn very young, to understand. Teach your kids to learn about emotion. Why are you angry? Talk about it. Okay. The other day, someone asked me. I gave a talk in this one of the school, and this person asked me, "Is it okay to punish my child to look at the wall?"
Mm-hmm.
According to certain age, I give you a certain numbers of minutes blank. Okay. So now you ask the child, you punish the child to look at the wall, just say for 5 minutes. What the child gonna do? Remember, the child is still in the anger mode. I don't know what I do. You just punish me. And when you explain, I cannot make sense of your explanation. Because for a child, nothing makes sense at the beginning. Okay, they have no fear, they have nothing. Okay, so when you explain, they can't process the logic. They can't process what are the senses that you're saying. So now you ask me to face the wall. Okay, the wall is on my side, so I have to face the wall. You ask me to face the wall. What do I do? I get bored. I look at the wall. Okay, if I'm a little bit older, I might, and all these thoughts will be running in my mind and emotion that will be playing. I don't know, but it will be stored in my subconscious mind.
Conscious mind. Yeah.
Rather than you punish looking at the empty wall, you give your child pen, paper. You face the wall, you can write lah on my mahjong. You do creativity. Why? Because the child will not feel that they don't know how to move, how to escape.
Okay.
We are so into bringing in a lot of Western culture that we forget our own culture. I'm not saying Western culture are bad. It's good. You know, the Westerners are learning from the Eastern, from us, from the Asian. Okay? So we need to understand that our parents' way of teaching, it's good, but now with the digital era, you need to tweak it a little bit. Right? So, yeah.
We'll get in a little bit about harsh parenting as well. If let's say the team behind this can just put up the slideshow that we have gotten. This is based on a real article, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that something that we have came up with. It is backed with a lot of resources as well. So, yep. Looking into the harsh parenting, if you could go to the next slide, please. Yep, harsh parenting could harm children's mental health. Okay, so researchers have found that children's that are facing harsh parenting from their parents especially are 1.5 times more likely to develop what the researcher call as high-risk mental health symptom by the age of 9. So doctor, can we touch a little bit about harsh parenting, especially for those parents that are extremely into what do you call this? Difficult parenting, I would say. Yes. Thank you. The team, you could stop sharing the slides.
Okay. Harsh parenting. I think during my time also we got harsh parenting, right?
Currently, it's because of the digital era, so I believe that it has made things from bad to worse.
Yes. So, you see, don't leave your kids without explaining why you react in a certain way with them.
Okay.
Don't make their mind wander around. Okay? Okay. For example, if your child make a mistake, okay, there are parents sometimes they wallop first and then they explain. There are parents that explain. There are parents who don't do anything at all, just leave it as it is. Okay. So what I'm suggesting is that when you want to discipline your child, make sure it's consistent. Meaning, okay, every day I give the sleeping scenario because nowadays children sleep at 12, 1, 2 o'clock, which is not good, yeah? Sleeping. If from a young age, you teach them, you train them to sleep at 8:30, okay? And it's not easy, okay? Every day must be consistent. Even on a Saturday, Sunday. Why? Because the first few years, you need to train them, you need it to become a habit. Okay? But if you train them for 1 week, and then the next week you say, sleep lah, whatever time you want. And then when they don't sleep, and then suddenly you have the mood that I want to discipline them, then you ask them to sleep at 8:30, which they don't sleep at 8:30, then you become harsh on them. So you yourself need to understand what works for you first and what doesn't work. Okay. Secondly, mindful of your words. You know, I see a lot of parents use a lot of words. You know, they use the F word, they use the B word, they use the S word, they use so many words, and then they even call their children animals. You know, bodoh, monyet, you know, and all this other stuff. And all these words, you see, my era, when people call us like, we are like, okay, so what? Doesn't matter. Now, because the children is so fragile, right? They always put it, you know, interrelated with negative words, negative outcome. So don't use those words. All right? And if you want to punish, right? You know, some they say don't spare the rod.
Yes.
Okay? So if you want to punish, you punish. But don't you punish, then it's not about the child, it's about you.
Your anger management. Yeah.
Yes, you need to manage your anger. And why are you angry? Go and reflect yourself by looking at the wall. Okay? All right. So look at the child emotion also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, child doesn't know how to express. Even now, I ask a 50 years old, so they don't know how to express their emotion. Okay, what we want to talk about a 5 years old, a 10 years old, a 12 years old. Especially when they are teenager, their hormone is haywire. They don't know why they react. And then we get angry. Okay, and we use words, we are harsh on them. So always be mindful of the words that is coming up. And in case you regret your action after that, apologize. In a way where it's not that to show that you are weak, it shows that you are actually have the courage to make things better. So indirectly, you're teaching the child, yes, I am wrong, but then I have the means to make it right. Okay? And another thing I would like to address this, Yamin, that sometimes people say, right, I've tried all methods, didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It's wrong. That means you haven't tried all the methods. Because if you have tried all the methods, there will be one method that is working.
Yes.
There's no such thing as nothing works.
Yeah.
Everything works. If you do this one not right, change. If you do this not right, you change until you get what is the right thing. And maybe that right thing will only work for a while. Because environment changes, then you need to change. So don't say I've tried everything and nothing works. No. End of the day, it's still your child. You know the best. And research has shown, especially for mothers, right? A child, because the child is in the womb, a child's cell will stay with the mother. That is why the mother, if anything not right with the child, the mother will get the first instinct.
Okay.
Not the dad, the mother. They know why the child is, they can feel the child is sad or something not right. They can feel. If the child don't eat, the mother will feel it first. So when we have that gift, use that rather than use words, okay, which is also an external factor. Okay, don't compare your child with others. Okay, no one is the same. If you put your hands, it's all not the same. Even you and your siblings are not the same. Okay, so don't compare. Okay, and another thing which is very important, I like to highlight because especially mothers always have a lot of pressure. Okay, and the school will have parents group. Do not talk bad about your kids in the parents group because you don't know who are the other parents. And when you talk bad about your kids in the parents group, other parent might use this and show to their child. So it's like a cycle, yeah? Okay, I give you a scenario, okay? You thought there's this incident where in the parent group, the parent, right? Can anyone share today's maths because my child is so stupid? Copy and paste in the book also they cannot do. Okay? So when this parent put the word, my child is so stupid, copy and paste in the book also cannot do, other parents will use this and show to their children, to their child. Okay? This mother, this father tell the kid so stupid, cannot copy properly. You see, you so lucky. All this. So when this child, when this child go to school, Then they say, your mother tell you stupid, that's why you stupid. Can you see or not? Where it started? It's from the parents. Don't know how to keep your mouth shut. Sometimes parents want to show your ego. You show your ego to who? That means you have some problem, parents. Okay, if you do something just to boost your ego, you are doing something just to show off, you are doing something to show that I need this, I need that, you need to talk to somebody. There's unsolved problems. So go and find a solution rather than harping on the problems all the time.
All right. That was definitely a brief one. I hope that our audiences are able to get that. Okay, right. So let's quickly get into the next question because we have another couple of minutes to go because this topic is interesting and I believe we can talk this for a very long time. So, Doctor, just to share in terms of a few tips or even key takeaway for parents to communicate with their children. From what gathered through your discussion is that do not use harsh words on them and do not apply the helicopter parenting skill.
Okay, what I'll just because the line was breaking just now. I can't hear what you were saying, but I just put it this line. Different age, different developmental stages, you need to communicate differently. Okay? When they are at birth, they need to touch you, they need to feel you, they need to see you are there, they need to know that when I cry, okay, there's something, I need food or I'm dirty, I need to change. So these are the environment and always have, engagement. All right? And then when they are 2-3 years old, they will ask a lot of questions, they will test their boundaries, they want to know, like, I want to do it, they want to do it. So according to age, let them do things according to the age. And it's okay if it's dirty, you can always do it again, not in front of them, behind of them. Okay, when your child take a nap, if they don't wash the plate properly, once they take a nap, you go and wash again. Okay? But don't do it in front of them. You can teach them, but not to say that, you don't know how to do this. Okay. And then you have the 6 to 11 years old, right? This is before they become teenager, right? 16, 15, 12, 13, 12. Okay, right? Up to 12, before 13. So this is where they need to develop skill. They need to master skill. They need to know that, can I do this? It's all about competence. Okay? All right? So they will test you. They will test the parents. Kids not stupid. If you think you can manipulate the kids can manipulate you even better. So remember that. All right? Conversation. When you have conversation with your kids, have an open mindset. No matter what belief you have, because we are in that generation, whatever belief you have, whatever understanding you have, listen first. Okay? Listen to what they have to say. Don't open your mouth immediately. And then you have the identity and role confusion. Okay? So from 12, 13, right up to 18 years old. It's about exploring. Sometimes they say, I need to go out with my friends. Okay? So good. You want to go out with your friends? You need to know where. Because safety comes first, yeah? You need to ask them where. You need to build trust. I have families, okay, where kids come and tell me they go for a camp. The parents will follow them. But not in the bus. The parents will follow them in the car.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Whether they go, some religious camp or school camp, all will be in the car when you have adult supervision, but the parents still will follow from in the car. Okay. They stay in the same hotel, but different rooms. So parents need to give that trust. If you don't give this trust, I want to ask you this question. What does trust means to you? You have trust issue. That is why you cannot trust your kids. And don't say, I trust my child, but I don't trust others. That's nonsense. Okay?
Okay.
You don't trust others, meaning you haven't built that trust, you haven't had that communication with your kids, you never build that relationship with your kids. That is why you don't have the trust. And reflect, when you were younger, do you have trust issue? Or until now, do you have trust issue? Okay, to that extent. So what are you doing with your kids? Okay, ask them. Don't blame. Blaming never solves anything. Okay, so different developmental stages. Gadget. Have a rule. So when you have a rule, make sure you follow the rule. Don't for you different rule, okay? And your kids different rule when it comes to gadget. There are times where you need to be on standby if you're working, if your work requires you to be on standby, right? Last minute project, okay? Timeline is getting shorter. You need to use your phone, you need to communicate. Explain to your child. Don't say you don't know, my work is like that. Don't tell that to your kids. Of course, they don't know. So it's your job to explain to them. Okay, explain to them that for this week, I really need my phone to be on standby because we have to secure a tender. I need to be on site. I need to be reachable. Explain to them so they understand.
Don't assume they don't understand.
No, don't assume. Okay,
Okay.
people like to assume. Okay, people like to say not only assume. There's another word I can't remember. They think people don't understand. So if they don't understand, explain to them. Okay, in a way that non-judgmental, and that's very. Yeah. So I love this topic. I mean, I love all the topics, but then time.
Yes, the time constraint, doctor.
Yeah, so I hope, I've shared a little bit that, you can have some takeaway, right? And if you need anything, just feel free to call me. Okay, Min.
Thanks. So if you would like to have more of this session, please do reach out to us. Or if you would like to personally speak with any of our consultants, please do reach out to us as well. Okay. So in conjunction with this month webinar, we have also put up for you guys. I mean, we have actually developed an interesting program. So if the IT team could just quickly share the screen so we're able to share with parents. This is a specially designed program for you guys, okay? We designed this program bearing in mind that whatever you are facing, especially in terms of work, you're the sandwich generation or the first-time parent and stuff like that, this is the kind of program that you need to enroll in. It's not to mention, it's not to reinstate that you're not a good parent. It's just about how to take care of your kids or how to be a better parent for your kids. There's no such thing as I'm a better parent as compared to my siblings or my parents. It's nothing. No comparison here, please. It's
There's
just
no
how
manual.
to make yourself better.
There's no manual to be a good parent. There's no manual to say what kind of parent. It's all through self-learn. How we see our parents, we learn. How we see others, we learn. And how can we make it better with the kids? That's most important.
This program will teach you how to master the particular skills that we have gotten, which is also proven by researchers and stuff. So sharing on to the next program that we have. Moving on, we also have for those that are planning to get married. Yes, we have premarital education for those couples that are about to tie their knot pretty soon. Congratulations in advance, but do not forget to register for this program, guys. And let's go on to the next one. We also have for people that are retiring, okay, that you're going to soon retire, or those parents that are already in that particular stage, feel free to join our program as well. And then we will go on to the next program, which is the financial fitness program. Yes. So if you would like to learn more about financial stuff, you can also enroll for this program. So if you guys have any question, feel free to buzz us online. Okay, our contact information, you can always dial us. Or you can also drop us an email at info@B-EJAsia.net. So thank you guys. With that, we would like to conclude the session. Thank you so much for attending. Those that have questions, I'm sorry due to time constraint. Please feel free to drop us a text. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.